So here we will be going to see what is the how the producer is going to write his code and how the consumer is going to write his code. So initially we'll be going to have a buffer which is common among the producer and the consumer. Here number of buffer slots is equals to n is equals to 5, which is a fixed one. And here S is the semaphore S, which is going to see whether only producer should be there in the critical section or consumer should be there in the critical section. Initially it is going to be initialized with 1 and number of full slots is equals to 0. Why? Because here there is no item, so full is equals to 0. Now see the code. While true, so it is keep on producing. Why? Because the statement is true. Producer, like producer wants to produce an item, so he produced an item, some item X, right? Now produce in the sense producer has produced an item X. That means we have to keep that item X onto the buffer. Wait in the sense, wait, what I have said you that wait in the sense we have to decrement by 1, signal in the sense we have to increment by 1. So weight of E, initially E value is 5, weight in the sense decrement by 1, that is 4. And weight of S, so S is initially 1, now we are going to make it to 0. Append in the sense this X value we have appended over here. And next signal of S, signal in the sense now 0 becomes 1. And signal of F, now F is 0 initially, signal in the sense 1. So what we are going to do is when we are producing an item, here the full is going to be increased, full is going to be increased, and empty slots are going to be decreased. So that is the concept of this producer producing an item. And next, suppose if so after signal, now this is the first turn, we have produced one item. Now in the second turn again producer wants to produce an item Y. Fine. Now weight of E, E is now 4, weight in the sense we have to decrement by 1, that is going to be 3. Weight of S, S is now 1, now we will be going to make it to 0. So next append in the sense we are going to append this Y over here. And then signal of S, S is again going to be incremented by 1. Signal of F, F in the sense we will be going to increment it by 2. Why? Because here if you are observing in the sense initially the full is 0. Now we have produced how many items? 1 and 2 items. Now the full will be showing the 2 items. And how many empty slots are there? 1, 2, 3 empty slots are there. Here how many empty slots it is showing? 3 empty slots it is showing, right? So this is how we will be going to have the producing an item. Here S is going to check whether only 1 is going to be in the critical section, either 0 or 1. So 1 in the sense initially producer wants to produce in the sense, then it will be 1. Again we will be going to change it to 0. Why? Because after producing the item we are going to make it to 0. So this is the code that is going to be given by the producer. So when it comes to the consumer, so weight of F, weight of F in the sense like what we have to do. So initially, so here weight of F, F in the sense if the consumer wants to consume any item, so if the consumer wants to consume any item, now he has to remove one item from the buffer. So weight of F, F in the sense full. Now weight of F in the sense now we are going to we are going to decrement it. So 2 becomes 1. Why? Because we are taking one item from the buffer, weight of F. Next is weight of S. So weight of S in the sense now 1 becomes 0. Next is take in the sense consume an item, that Y item will be consumed. And signal of S and signal of E. Signal of S in the sense we will be going to make it from 1. Signal of E in the sense we will be going to make it to 0. See here now if you are taking Y in the sense we are having 4 empty slots. Fine. And full slot is only 1 we are having. So 1 full slot we are having. Suppose if we want to take another item. Suppose if we want to take another item in the sense like if we want to take another item in the sense what we are going to do? First we have to take weight of F. So consumer code I am writing here. So here first code is weight of F. So weight of F in the sense F will be, again it becomes 0. Why? Because weight in the sense full, we are going to consume another item. So F will be 0. And then weight of S. Weight of S in the sense now 1, it's going to be 0. Now take. Take operation in the sense we are going to consume this item also. Now there is no items in the buffer. Then what we are going to do? What we have to do is we have to signal of S. So signal of S in the sense 0 to 1 it will be, and signal of E. Signal of E in the sense some 4 to 5. Then this is the code for the consumer. Check here how many empty slots are there now. 5 empty slots. So when these two items are taken, how many empty slots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty slots are there. How many full slots are there? So all are not filled, the full slots are 0. So by this manner we are going to we are going to have this producer consumer problem without any clashes. So producer consumer problem by making use of semaphores in the sense we are going to make use of 3 semaphores. S is used to C, to only one should be there in the critical section. F in the sense how many full slots are there, that count it will give. S in the sense, E in the sense how many empty slots are there. Weight in the sense it is going to decrement by 1. Signal in the sense it is going to increment by 1. So by making use of these 3 semaphores, we are going to include, we are going to have that process going to be synchronized among themselves. So no clashes, no race condition will be there, or no deadlocks will be there by making use of these 3 semaphores. So this is how we will be going to have the semaphores concept included in the producer consumer problem. Just listen once and twice so that you will be going to have a clear idea. So what's happening in the producer consumer problem. So that's all for today, students. Thank you all and have a great day.